Time now to relax as Kevin Harvick gets a little candid with Kaitlyn Vincie.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining me today. Always great to see you. I want to start kind of broad picture for a moment. I know you've had a lot of top 5 performances so far this year, but where do you kind of feel like you and your team are at this point in the year?
Well, I feel like our team itself has done a great job with what we've had at the racetrack. I think, the balance of our cars has just been way off from where we want it to be, and that results in a lack of speed. But, I think our team has done a great job in adjusting on the cars and scrapping for those finishes that we've been able to earn.
One thing that's been in the news a lot and will continue to be so is the next gen cars. Initial impression of the new car?
Haven't seen it, haven't sat in it, haven't drove it. I haven't done anything with it. I would tell you that there's been a number of positive effects. I think for me personally, I have a hard time setting myself in the race car that's not put together by my guys, because I put so much trust in those guys, and just, you've seen so many things happen throughout the years. So I want it to be in our shop with our guys in our hands, and we'll be in the seat, as we get to those tests at the end of the year.
The schedule coming up, a lot of variety of the racetracks. I'm thinking obviously Dover, COTA, be it Charlotte. Which one do you feel like is really suits you as a driver?
Yeah, I would say that Dover has probably arguably been one of our best racetracks that we've had throughout my years at SHR. And I think as you go to Dover, you have expectations of going up there and being in position to have a chance to run up front.
KEELAN did an iRace, obviously, recently. Did you feel nervous, excited, or proud?
I was more nervous than anything, because the last thing that I needed KEELAN to do, or we needed KEELAN to do, was go out and wreck somebody. And I told him before the race started, after he wrecked me in practice, I told him, I said, look, dude, you need to calm down, because if you wreck Dale Jr., your career is over.
When is the last time you heard Ronnie Childers get angry on the radio?
Yeah, that's been a while. Usually they probably get angry on the other channel. So, he and Timmy probably yell at me on channel 2.
Worst teammate you've ever had?
Oh, man, the worst teammate that I've ever had. I guess I did good, right? Because I saved my plead the 5th for the last question, because I knew it would be the one. You're going to have to start mixing your questions up. You're going to have 2 bad questions or 2 tough questions. So I'm going to plead the 5th.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you, Kevin, so much for your time. We certainly appreciate it. And, of course, best of luck to you this weekend.
That's good advice to KEELAN, right?
Yeah,
Don't
wreck Dale Jr.?
Don't wreck Dale Jr.
Yeah, good advice.
Good advice. What I hear when I listen to him, we talked to him on race day earlier this week. He's been there, he's done that. He knows that this is an up and down sport, and he knows that it's going to come back up for him.
Yeah, and I feel like on this show, I say it a lot, but I always read people's body language, and he seems very relaxed in that interview. He has been there before, and as we talk about Kevin Harvick, we want him to, or we expect him to win multiple races, and he hasn't been able to win this point. So we're like, what's wrong? But it's not like he's running horrible. They're just not running the way that they did last year. But I think he's in a good place. I see him a lot at the kart track on the weekends, obviously racing with KEELAN. So I think that Kevin has changed a lot over the years, because if you think back to the point, I think at Martinsville, when he parked his truck behind the NASCAR hauler.
I mean, he's such a different guy right now.
He is a completely different guy.
What about, they mentioned Rodney Childers on top of that pit box. What's the role right now in terms of kind of letting everyone know that we're all good, we're going to get through this?
I think that's one of the reasons that you're seeing this new kind of Kevin Harvick being calm with everything the storm around him. I think Rodney Childers is one of those guys that he is so comfortable with, so smart, has the confidence, and he probably projects that to Kevin, that they're going to figure this out. They're going to get back to victory lane. In the meantime, he's telling Kevin, just keep doing your thing, because you're going to keep us in it until we can get our cars to where they are, those winning every week. And they did manufacture a second-place finish this year out of some cars that really didn't have that kind of performance.
Yeah, he doesn't seem worried. Again,
No.
I think that's the biggest thing, is just I would read into him, and he's the quarterback of the team, right? Like, the way that Kevin Harvick acts is the way that the crew chief's going to act, the tire changers, all the crew guys, and him being confident like that, I think, goes a long ways. And you just never know. I mean, sport changes. They won 9 races last year. Yeah. You never know where he's going to end up. And I bet by the end of the year that those two get it figured out.
I just always remember we had Radioactive one time, and Rodney Childers was up on the box, and he said, hey, Kevin, you win some, you lose some.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.